Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Monday Kick in the Pants. Angela Fallon here, bringing you a gentle push each week to help you level up in your life, fill you with a little dose of Monday motivation, and provide tips to accelerate your success in life and in your career. So, today I want to talk briefly about rest, partly because I feel like, sorry, I got to adjust my camera here a little bit. Oh, we have less than 6 weeks left of school on my house. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this time of year is so draining. Like there are so many different things. I have 3 boys in 3 different schools, and and then there's my business and my corporate job and my husband's business and his corporate job, and we just have a lot of stuff going on. There's also a lot of birthdays in our family in the spring. I guess we have a lot of spring chicks in our house, our families, but man, there just seems to be a lot going on, a lot going on. So I feel like it was just put on my heart today to talk about rest and how important rest is. And part of that is I actually posted something early last week about, hey, I just want to get a poll from folks on what are some of the things you're struggling with? Is it time management? Is it mindset? Is it organization? Some people said absolutely everything, but a majority said mindset. And a lot of times mindset problems are come from exhaustion as well. So I really want to talk about rest today and why it's important and um, why we need to focus on it and um, I want to say honor rest, but really make sure that we fit it in. Why do we need to schedule it in? You know how I am, you guys. You've heard me say it's if I don't put it on my calendar, it doesn't happen. I actually mark off when I go to bed each day, so I get at least a reminder, even if I'm a little late to it. A reminder, hey, chick, it's time to turn it off and go to bed because everybody needs rest, right? So why do we need rest? Like, why do we need it? What happens if you continue to get a little bit of sleep? Um, you may not know that cortisol, and I talk about cortisol all the time because I talk about how important rest is to me. If you don't get enough sleep, your cortisol levels go up, which is like your stress hormone. It's the same hormone that floods your system whenever you have like trauma or stress. You have you get your body floods whenever, say, like something scary happens in front of you, like during a car accident or some sort of uh, mishap happens in front of you. You um, you get flooded with that stress hormone. That stress hormone, though, it kind of puts you in a fight or flight or survival mode with your body. And whenever you raise that stress hormone, you actually can start gaining weight if you induce it in your body way too much. For instance, if you don't sleep enough and you have high cortisol levels regularly, you will probably see weight gain. You definitely will not see weight loss. So that's the first thing. The second thing is when you don't rest enough, your body doesn't have time to repair itself and you weaken your immune system. You're more likely to get sick, catch a cold, a stomach bug, whatever, if you are not resting enough to let your body repair itself. Over time, that's like cumulative not drama, cumulative trauma, and you can have even more severe things happen. You might be more likely to have more fatal issues to think about things like that. So another thing I wanted to say on here, and this is PG-13, but you can actually lower your libido too. So if you have those stress hormones in your body, you may not want the things that most humans want. Um, your libido will definitely suffer because of it. Yes, I said that. Your libido will suffer if you don't get enough sleep. The last thing that happens is you really have impaired cognitive function. You have brain fog. And the really concerning thing about this is people who will drive with little sleep. You can actually there's a study showed, and I don't remember the number of what it was, but it was like not getting enough sleep the night before, like living on just a few hours of sleep is the same as drinking a certain number of alcoholic beverages. It's the same thing as being intoxicated. I can actually, unfortunately, contest to this as well because I was on a trip overseas and I had to come back for my grandfather's funeral. And my husband and I really did not have enough sleep sleep before we started making the drive from North Texas down to Houston, which is about a 5-hour drive. And we were driving on just hours of sleep after being on a plane for 13 hours, and it was really bad. We both were in the car, both exhausted. We were both on the same plane, with little sleep. And I remember driving and like having to shake my head from time to time because my eyes were just not wanting to stay awake. And we would take turns. We even stopped and grabbed coffee. And sometimes the caffeine doesn't do enough for you. It just doesn't. And especially someone who drinks caffeine a lot, like my husband and I do, or did. I don't drink as much caffeine anymore. Your body gets used to it. And like any other addictive substance, you need more and more to have an impact by it. So we really struggled, and we will never do that again because it was just not safe. It wasn't safe for us. It wasn't safe for everybody else that was driving around us. I'm just being very honest. It's more than just brain fog where you can't remember things or you can't remember someone's name. It's actually very much impaired cognitive function that is very dangerous to drive with little sleep. It's very dangerous to do lots of things. I think sometimes my kids will be tired and they'll come downstairs and cook something. There's been times I have come into the kitchen and there's a burner still going. I mean, the house could have gone on fire. It's very serious. It's very serious to do things with little sleep. So the importance of sleep and rest in general, it isn't always even sleep. Sometimes it's slow down and stop overextending yourself over and over again. But rest replenishes not only your physical energy, but it also replenishes your mental and emotional resources as well. And whenever you can replenish those things regularly, it'll keep you from burning out. I have said for a few months now that I feel like I've been in kind of a burnout place with, running a business on the side, a couple of businesses on the side, helping my husband set up something he's working through. Um, and then still have a full-time job where I work 10-hour days, at least 4 days a week, sometimes 4.5 days a week. And it's just a lot. It's a lot with 3 kids as well, right? And I have to remind myself to prioritize my rest. And I'm encouraging you to do the same. So whether you believe in God or not, I think most of you who follow me have similar faith to what mine is. But even God said it was important enough to rest that he made it in his top 10 rules. His top 10 commandments is to honor the Sabbath. And so my question for you, and I would love to hear below whenever you comment, one, I would like to hear your thoughts on this chat here, but the other is, what is your Sabbath? When is your day of rest? I talk about day of rest whenever I post things all the time. My day of rest actually tends to be on Saturdays. That's more standard for like the Jewish day of rest tends to be Saturday. Actually, many Catholics go to church on Saturday as well. And even some other denominations do too. There's a non-denominational church near us, is a really large church, and they have Saturday service as well, because not everybody is off work on Sundays. My sister usually works weekends. Her husband tends to work 7 days in a row. They're both in the medical industry. And when you think about people who support worship at your church, their Sabbath is probably not Saturday either, or Sunday. It's probably more like a Monday or a Tuesday or a Friday or something like that. They probably celebrate their Sabbath and worship and rest on some other day of the week than Sunday. So I would like to know, when is your Sabbath? So drop that below whenever you watch this, whether you catch it on any of our live streams here. We all know we stream in 3 different places across YouTube, Facebook, and in LinkedIn. I would love to hear what day is your Sabbath. And again, if you're not, if you don't believe in that, I would love to know what day you actually take time to rest. I'm sure most people kind of are in a pattern and they do it at the same time each week, and some don't. Like my sister, who used to have a more scattered time frame in the week of what days that she worked. It wasn't always the same couple of days a week, but her Sabbath kind of moved around on what days she, rested or got ready for the work week. What days she went grocery shopping. She used to go grocery shopping on Tuesday, where most people do it on the weekend. But I did promise you all last week that we will have our next training session probably at the end of this month. We are not going to have one at the end of this week. It's going to be more like mid-May, early May. I'm looking at the week of May 8th and I'm going to do an entire masterclass, well, more of a workshop on mindset. I was a little surprised to see how many folks said that that's what they're struggling with the most right now, and I really want to pour into you guys. So I'm gonna take some that we've done in the past, and I'm gonna rework it a little bit to be more relevant to right now than when we did it the last time a couple years ago. So that's the plan. The week of May 8th, I'm going to do a new workshop on mindset, and hopefully pour into you guys and give you some tools to use to help improve your mindset today and moving forward. All right. I hope you guys are having a great Monday and a great week. And I hope you find rest this week, maybe today, maybe this weekend, whenever it is, and maybe plan it in for at least the next 6 weeks that your kids are getting out of school. All right. You guys have a great day and a great week. And I just want to remember that if you feel like you're overwhelmed or you're behind, you're not. You're in the right place and it's the right time. All right. Take care, you guys.